Good afternoon, my name is Flor Salas, and today I'll be talking a little bit more about social media as a source of news among college students. A quick overview of what is social media first. Social media is a way of communication that is changing every single day, that is evolving very fast, and that you need internet access, online access in order to access these sites. Social media is also referred as social network sites, new media, and digital media. Different scholars use it in their journals, their alternate. In my study, it means the same. A little bit more about what is social media. Social media are sites like Facebook, MySpace, and all these are listed here, the top 10 in the 2011. However, I thought it was interesting that Twitter was not included, which Twitter is very popular. Fari had the answer why. He says that Twitter is very popular in an older population, yet it's not popular among college students or young people. This is a graph that can show you how people prefer to watch movies and they prefer to watch news online instead of watching TV. They prefer to read political blogs instead of getting the newspaper. So you can get an idea here that they want to interact in a different way because they want to read comments, they want to comment on stories. Now, how did all this came out? How did social media came out? Or I want to say, how did social media exploded? Well, a lot of the scholars says that it was when President Barack Obama and his presidential campaign, he focused his campaign on social media sites. CNN also focused like the presidential campaign in social media, and a lot of people said that Vidali actually says that it was during the 2008 presidential elections when a lot of young people went out and voted. And you guys, a lot of people blame social media sites because it's mostly young people who's on them. This graph shows again that online news is increasing while all the traditional media is decreasing. As well as this graph, new online news barely came out. It's fairly new, 2004, while all the other traditional media is declining. So who uses social media? In this graph, you guys can observe that almost everybody uses social media. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or you're 64, you're using social media. The only difference is the number of people, but still it's being used by a lot of people according to the scholars and the Pew. This table shows that so young people log in to online. They look for news. What kind of news? They're looking for news about sports, the scores. They're looking about the local businesses, their news about their local community, and it's mostly they're trying to see things that are around them. So now let's get more specific and get to Our Lady of the Lake University. Our Lady of the Lake University offers 4 different kinds of social media: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is mostly used for alumni, and my research project was designed in 2 parts: interviews face-to-face and a survey. In both of them, my research question was, to what extent do students at Our Lady of the Lake University use social media as a source of news? The first part was the interviews. I interviewed Our Lady of the Lake University marketing professionals. I interviewed Ann Gomez and Patricia Constantine. And the result is that they both agree that social media had worked for Our Lady of the Lake Advantage. It had helped them, or social media is popular because it had made a change. It had brought more people, more audience. It's fast, it's portable, it's instantaneously, and it had worked very well for them. Part 2 was my surveys. My surveys, for a whole week, I left it open, and the way students were able to access to the surveys, there was a link, a hyperlink post in the Our Lady of the Lake University official Facebook and at the newsletter. Students were able to see it. They click on the hyperlink, they are directed to the survey, and they take the survey. At the end of the week, I had 42 participants. And the results said that students prefer online news. However, when it came to traditional media or social media, they prefer traditional media. When the option is given whether traditional media, social media, or both, they said both because they like to get their news from an objective source, and then they go and complement it with social media and comment with their friends and everything else. My conclusions are that the surveys provided information, new information that the scholars didn't talk about, information that I supplemented to my research. And the interviews, it was very fun to be able to contrast and compare what other professionals said and actually see how there's a lot of things that they agreed with. And my work status is here. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.